Okay, I'm ready.
Bhante, the sound from you is not very well, Bhante. The sound from you not very clear, Bhante. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Everyone, please unmute. Human, can you please unmute? Louis, can you please unmute?
Can please.
Are you okay?
Queen, can you please
Queen, can you
unmute?
please unmute?
Put your hands at your chest. Jackie, can you put your hand at your chest?
Put your hand at your chest.
The assistant, can you please put someone? Okay, everyone, can you say
Hello, Venerable Sir. Hello, Venerable Sir. Venerable Sir. Hello, Venerable Sir.
Okay, so I think this was not successful, right? So I think we have to start again. So everybody, you have to unmute, and then you keep your hands together and wait for Tutam to tell you what's next.
can you please
Can you
everyone
please
unmute?
everyone unmute?
And Bennett and Denny will be taken to breakout room right now, please.
Will be taken to breakout room.
Sunman, can you please unmute?
Someone, can you please unmute?
Okay, and now can
Okay,
you please
and now
put your
can you
hand at your
please
chest?
put your hand at your chest?
Can you please say
Can you
hello,
please say
venerable
hello,
teacher?
venerable sir?
Hello,
Hello, sir.
Hello, Venerable Sir.
Hello,
Venerable Sir.
venerable sir.
Hello, Venerable Sir.
Hello, venerable sir.
Hello, Venerable Sir. Hello, Venerable Sir.
Okay, so I think the organizers need to be faster. First, in taking people to the breakout room, and second, in muting the people, right, after they greet me. Can you hear me well? Nice, thank you. Can you hear me well, Tutam?
Yes, Bante, now it's very clear, Bante.
Okay, very good. So, now you see how it's amazing if I can come on time? Alright, so let's start. We'll start by meditation. So I will ask everybody to prepare your cameras, prepare your bodies. Your legs, hands, and face must be visible. Organizers, be careful. Now is your special time. If they have naked knees, or naked navel, or naked shoulders, or if they're not visible nicely so you cannot recognize whether they are sitting well, then they need to go to breakout room and get special support. So I'm waiting for that. We see a lot of people who are still not ready. Kiara, I think you can sit better. Nice, that's much better. Be careful, all of the legs must be either on the floor or you have one foot between, placed, gently placed on, between the thigh and a calf. You cannot have it squeezed between the thigh and a calf, and it needs to be on them. Otherwise you have both of the legs entirely on the floor. You can choose. Nguyen Dit Bao doesn't sit in a meditation posture. Vo Nyat Hui is not visible in the camera. Hoang Duan Min is not visible in the camera fully. And Phan Van Kien also is not visible in the camera. Guan Kai, see if you can sit better into meditation posture. I worry that you're not sitting in a meditation posture. Both of your calves need to be on the floor. Do you know how to do that? Yeah, your camera is fine, just your legs need a little arrangement. So can you adjust your feet, your calves so that, yes, you see, you can do that. Can you remember it? See if you can remember it for a long time. Janvin Nguyen, I don't recognize your legs. How do you keep your legs? I worry you're not keeping them right. Janvin Nguyen. So Janvin Nguyen needs to go to the breakout room because he's apparently not sitting in the right posture. Tue An, you're sitting in a very strange posture. Don't sit in that. See if you can keep your foot between the thigh and a calf, gently placed, close to the knee and not over. Okay, that's much better. Oh, wow. That's maybe unnecessary. For this class, I do not allow full lotus posture, okay, because it's complicated. You can do it yourself if you want. That's not my problem. But here, sit normal. So I will ask Tue An to keep one of the feet down. All right, that's good. Okay, I think we are ready. So we can start meditating as you are sitting in a comfortable meditation posture. Make sure your back is erect. We will close the eyes. And we can make the first determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, for 5 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 5 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 5 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice the flat piece of flesh at the top of the head. We allow it to be heavy. We continue to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the head to be heavy. We continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the upper part of the body to be heavy and changing. Whatever they do, whatever they are, we are fine. And we continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body to be heavy and changing. And as we allow this body to be as it is, we don't worry about the body. So we can share this freedom from worry with other living beings. And so in our minds, voicelessly, we can wish, we can allow, may all beings, including me, Be free from worry. May all beings, including me, be free from worry. Now, because the time for this sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. And with that determination, we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. All right, nice. So please stay where you are. And we will be taking 1 more minute. Make sure that you change your way of sitting. So everybody needs to change their way of sitting. That means including Mo, Sian, May, Edward. All of you need to change the way of your sitting. Bennett, Felix, Franklin, Diti also didn't change her way of sitting. You need to change the way of sitting into the mermaid's posture. Do you know what's mermaid's posture? Van An also needs to change her posture right now. Vu Mimi also needs to change her posture. Kiara also. Maple Tin Min also. You didn't change your posture. So I think it would be good if the organizers take them into a breakout room, because this is not okay. All right. Tui An also still did not change your posture. Queen An also didn't change your posture. You need to change your posture right away. So I'm waiting. Well, my connection is not as reliable as usually, so I'm not sure whether I'm getting you updated. But I think it would be good if organizers can immediately take people who do not change their posture to a breakout room, because I've said it already so many times, every time you're here, that now it should be the job of the organizers. Jackie Wa. I do not see your legs enough to know how you're actually sitting. So it would be very good if you can adjust your camera so that I can actually see you. Still waiting for the update of the cameras. All right, my camera, unfortunately, or my internet doesn't do what it should be doing. Instead, it's doing something else. All right, so now as you are sitting all in the mermaid's posture, now you need to take 1 more minute to stay in your mermaid's posture for without any movement, and we will be just watching what's going on in the mind. So you will not be moving at all, no scratching, no looking here and there, and you will be inside the mind and watching what's the mind doing. Is it thinking, or feeling, or wanting, or not wanting something, or hearing something, or smelling something, or touching something? What about the contact of the bum and the floor, or the contact between your legs and hands? We will be with that. So the 1 minute of not moving at all starts now. Very well. 1 minute is gone. I'm curious, what did you actually see in your mind? So, those of you who were observing your mind during this 1 minute, please raise your Zoom hand. So I'm repeating it. Those of you who are observing your mind for 1 minute, please raise your hand. Okay. So, Rere, you were observing your mind. What did you see in your mind?
I see that like my mind kind of moving, and he's like kind of, I feel like that he's like kind of hungry at the same time.
So you saw there's some kind of restlessness and desire, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you very much. When you when we finish, you can remove your Zoom hand. Thank you very much. Well done. May, what did you see in your mind during that 1 minute? So everybody needs to be close to their cameras. Now I will be asking you things and answering to your questions, and we will be doing things so you can be close.
I saw in my mind peace.
You saw peace. Very good. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. Very nice.
Yeah.
Nguyen Min An, what did you see in your mind?
I saw peace in my mind, and my mind is resting.
Very nice. Thank you. Vu Mimi, what did you see in your mind?
I see in my mind kind of moving. It's like my brain running around. So I feel kind of dizzy.
Can you tell me more about that?
And my brain running around and jumping around and jumping around.
How does mind jump around? Can you tell me more? How does that happen?
When I'm doing the new post, my brain's gonna move like that.
Is it like moving in the head, Like
Yes.
an egg is moving when you boil it? Or is it just that you have various thoughts and ideas in the mind?
That's like moving in the head.
So it's moving like an egg in a pot? Mimi, did you feel like your brain is moving in the head like an egg is moving in a pot?
Yes, sometimes kind of like that.
So is that pleasant or unpleasant? Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Is it pleasant or unpleasant when when you feel like your brain is moving in the head like a boiled egg in a pot?
It is pleasant.
It is pleasant. Okay. If it's pleasant, good luck. Nice. Good to hear that. Robert, um, what did you see when you were watching your mind?
I saw that my mind was wandering, so I had to refocus.
On what did you focus?
I cleared my mind and focused on breathing.
On breathing. But did I ask you to focus on breathing during that 1 minute? Robert.
No.
No. So you don't need to refocus. If I say you just watch what's in the mind, don't refocus. Watch what's the mind doing when it's restless. Watch what's the mind doing when it's going from object to object. Just stay with it. Just allow it to do whatever it wants, okay?
Okay.
Nice. It's a different practice. Meditation on breath and observing mind are two different things. We were observing mind. We were not practicing on breath. Okay, so I'm happy that now you know, and we continue to Evelyn. So Evelyn, what did you see when you were watching your mind? Sorry, I don't hear you. Not successful. I don't hear you. Now it almost seemed like I have heard something. Can you just repeat it?
Fly.
Fly. You felt like you were flying?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Can you tell me more about that? You really fly in the air, or was it just feeling?
Feeling.
It was a feeling. Where did you feel that feeling of flying? Did you feel it in your legs or in your head, or where did you feel it?
In my leg.
Excuse me?
In my leg.
In your legs, I see. So does it mean that you felt your legs to be very light or empty?
Right.
Light. Okay. Interesting. Thank you very much. Dustin, what did you see when you were watching your mind?
I was thinking about like dinner, I guess.
You were thinking about dinner.
Like what I'm gonna eat, what I'm gonna cook. I mean, not
So,
cook, like
so you were observing your desire to be in the future. So you're thinking about the future, right?
I guess you could say that, but not really. But I was just thinking about like, I don't know. I was just thinking about random stuff.
Was that more of a desire to get something, or rather a desire to think about the future, to be in the future?
I think it's both.
Both? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you. Chelsea? Chelsea, when you were watching your mind, what did you see?
drama in my class that happened today and yesterday.
Can you please repeat it? I'm in difficult situation, and sometimes it's hard to hear anyone here. And actually, most of your cameras are black because the connection somehow doesn't work for some mysterious reason. So that's what we get. So please repeat what you just said, Chelsea.
I saw back the drama that happened in my class the past few weeks.
What drama?
You saw some trauma?
Yeah. In my class that happened
So it is
already.
something uncomfortable that happened to you in the past, and you had the memory of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. We can discuss this separately in a private discussion. Now I just want to know, what did the people see in their meditation? Thank you very much. Bennett, what did you see in your mind?
I saw me helping people.
So you were thinking about helping people?
Yeah.
So did you think about helping people in the past, that you helped in the past, or did you think about the future, or did you wonder how do you help them now?
Past or future, like both.
I see. Okay. So it's good to know next time when you watch your mind to see whether you are in the past, in the future, or in the present moment. Then when you know what's the mind doing, you can gradually improve that into something that's particularly powerful. And the most powerful is thinking in the present moment rather than being in the future or in the past during meditation. Outside meditation, we care about the body. Okay? Outside meditation, we need to worry about the body. We need to worry that the body is healthy. Yeah, it's important. But in meditation, during meditation, we don't worry about the body. Instead, we generate our thoughts of loving kindness, and we maintain our present moment. Okay, we maintain our mind in the present moment. Okay, well done, Bennett. Thank you. John Vin Nguyen, did you watch your mind? And if yes, what did you see?
Nói đi. Feel quiet.
You saw quietness. Okay, that sounds good. Anything else?
No.
Good. Thank you, everybody. So some of you saw something in the mind. Some of you didn't see anything at all. Or you don't want to tell me, or somehow you did something else during that 1 minute. Doesn't matter. Well, now you know how it should look like. All right. So those responses which were not accurate, I have corrected them. After my correction, they were accurate. So everybody here can learn from what we've just done. I have discussed with the people what they saw in their meditation. If you saw there anything like that, it's right. All right, it's good. Always remember that when you are watching the mind, you allow the mind to do what it does. You don't force it. You don't expect anything. You're not disappointed. You are not happy about what the mind is doing. You just accept it. You just allow it. Okay, whatever you want, do it. But you need to maintain the same posture. You don't move at all. That's the point. Gradually, the mind would settle in the present moment, and you may start to see, you may start to understand. Here, the word see means understand and nothing else. You may start to see, that means you may start to understand things that you did not understand in the past. So for that, you need to stay motionless and allow the mind do whatever it wants. This is only meditation practice. This is not something that you do outside of your meditation. Outside of your meditation, you need to be very careful, and you need to control your mind 100%. All right. So if your mind is doing something wrong, you need to correct it. If your mind is doing something right, you need to improve it. In meditation, you do the same, but that comes a little later. So in the beginning, you first need to learn what is mind, and then after you understand what's the mind, you can then start to exercise some kind of power or control. So that's not the level yet. For the time being, when you meditate, just watch the mind to understand what is mind. Okay, it's not something that I am supposed to answer. No, you need to answer what is mind. All right, and you answer it based on your own experience as you watch your mind. All right, so let's move on. So we will be reading the homeworks. So I'm listening. Mei Wong, Vo Nhat Hui, and Yui Kiem. Please raise your hands. Mei Wong, Vo Nhat Hui, and Yui Kiem.
Võ Nhật Huy. Duy Kim, can you please raise your hand?
Nice. Oh, you lost the hand. Yui Kiem, raise your hand. See if you can do it. You've just done it, but then it disappeared. Nice. Very well. So let's start with Mei. Mei. Always everybody needs to have their notebook, their note with them from the beginning of the class, all right? I don't like it when I tell you read your note and then you go to a different room or to your parent and start to search your notebook. I don't like that. It's not fair, right? So you need to have your notebook ready so that you can start reading right away. So I'm happy that May is ready. And now May, please start. May, you're muted. Please unmute first. May, you're muted.
It is meditation by choosing one person to start as the silent leader. Everyone will take turns being the silent leader, so don't worry too much.
Okay. I didn't hear the end, but I can imagine it. So thank you very much. Nice. You have selected a nice sentence. Let's continue with Vo Nhat Hui.
As you take in the various nature's objects at your feet, begin scanning the ground for litters, critters, spiders, beetles, ants, caterpillars, worms, ladybugs, crickets, and any other small being you might find.
Okay. Thank you. Yui Kiem.
They might flap their arms like chicken wings or add a dance move. They might hop or squat with each step, or they might even decide to crawl on the floor.
Are you talking about the insects? Yui Kiem.
No, I'm talking about the silent leader walking meditation.
I see. Okay, nice. All right.
I like it because it kind of like we can like hop. They tell us the information of what we can do.
Yeah, of course. When you use this word they, in order that you can remember it after 20 years when you read your note, write in brackets, who is the they, you know, the silent leaders. Okay, write it there. Is it clear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So everybody here, remember, if you write your note, it needs to be clear, so that if you do not read the book, you don't have the book anymore. But after 20 years, you decide, okay, let me read some notes that I wrote 20 years ago. Then you need to be able to understand that note alone. Okay, so if that note alone has they, then you don't know who is they. If it has he or she, you don't know who's he or she because you're missing the information about who is he or she in the note. All right, so it needs to be there. Nice, that's pretty good. Anyone has any questions regarding the reading or anything else? Yes, everybody can go to toilet. Just give us a message in the chat box. I'm going to toilet, and that's it, and then go. All right? Not wait for any answer. Just go. Edward, what can I do for you?
How many lives did the Buddha have?
Uncountable. All of us had uncountable lives. Do you know how many sands can you put into a cup? How many grains of sand can you put into a cup? Have you ever been to a beach, Edward?
Yes.
Yes. And did you ever build a castle from the sand on the beach?
It never works, but it still is stable, at least.
Yeah, you need water for that. So, can you tell me how many grains of sand can make up one castle? One small castle.
800,000. Like 8,000 million.
Yeah, many, many million. That's right. Now imagine that there is a river Ganges in India, which is long many, many kilometers. That's long, long, long way. That's like many, many, many beaches together at the same time. Now, would it be possible to count how many grains of sand are there in that river?
No.
It would not be possible, because that would be so many zeros. So similarly,
Well, I also have one more question.
so now in the past there were more Buddhas than there are grains of sand in the river Ganges. Now the Buddha arises once after a very long time. You may have thousands and thousands of lives before one Buddha arrives. And then after another thousands and thousands of lives arrives another Buddha. Imagine that you have so many Buddhas in the past, and each of the Buddha is separated by this long, long time. That's unimaginable. We cannot imagine how many lives we had in the past. So all of us are like that. And the Buddha says, it's enough. It's enough. Now let's get free from birth, old age, illness, and death. We've already suffered so much in the hell as animals, as ghosts. Now is the time for us to get free. Okay, Edward? Is it clear?
I also have one more question.
Yes.
Why do you go to Nibbana after you die from a Buddha? Like let's say a Buddha died. Why do you go to Nibbana? Why? Why?
Asking why did he go or why did he not go?
No, why do Buddhas, when they die, they go to Nibbana? Why does that happen?
Yeah, they go to Nibbana because there is no more condition. There is no more reason, no more cause to be born again. So the point is that we are born again because there is a cause. What is the cause? It's craving. the desire for sensual pleasures. What sensual pleasures? That's something pleasant to see, something pleasant to hear, something pleasant to smell, something pleasant to taste, something pleasant to touch, something pleasant to think. So these are sensual pleasures. Then there is desire to exist and desire to not exist. If you have one of these three desires, well, then you have fulfilled the requirement for next life. If you have removed these three desires, well, then there is no more reason, no more cause to be born again. And a person who has removed these three causes is not born again, they attain Nibbana. Is it clear, Edward?
Yes, Venerable Sir, but there's one last question.
Yes, please.
How can you leave Nibbana? Is there a way to leave it? Like, what if someone wants to leave it? What if someone just like, okay, this is getting too boring, I want to go back. Like, what if someone's like that? I know Nibbana is a really good place, but what if you want to leave? What if that?
There is no one to leave from Nibbana, because Nibbana is entirely free from all consciousness, from all feelings, from all perceptions. So there is no one who would leave. There is no one in Nibbana. Nibbana is not a feeling or a place, not at all. Nibbana is the ultimate cessation of body and mind in this world. So because the person does not get born anymore, well, they have achieved Nibbana. There is no body, no mind in Nibbana. So there is no one who could actually desire to leave from Nibbana. Is it clear?
Yes, Venerable Sir, but still, what if someone wanted to leave Nibbana? What if they're like, this is getting too boring, I want to go back? What if someone's like that?
In order to have that kind of desire, you will need to have mind, right? You will need to have some mind which will have that thought of the desire to go. Am I correct?
Yes, Venerable Sir.
But in Nibbana, there is no mind. Mind does not exist in Nibbana. So how can there arise the desire to go back?
There is no way. There is no way.
There's no way, no mind, no way. Okay?
Wait.
Point is that the mind is arising and passing. The mind is conditioned on what we see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and think. Those things that you have around yourself, they play with you. You are their puppet. What you decide is based on what you see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and think. If you see that you're standing, you can decide to sit down. You will not decide to stand up if you're standing. Why? Well, because you know that you're standing. All right? Now, these senses, they tell us what's the situation, and based on that situation, we make a decision. I'm not getting any internet. Today. Surprise. Wow, it's quite hot. Okay, thank you everyone for waiting. Maybe we'll have a better connection now. So, Edward, can you repeat to me your question?
Wait, so what I said, what if someone wanted to leave Nibbana?
Yes.
What was my question?
Yeah, and I told you that if you don't have any mind, how will you have the desire? So how can you have a desire? Can you have a desire without a mind?
No.
So
But
it's true that there is no mind in Nibbana. How will it happen that you would want to leave Nibbana?
wait, but if there's no mind, how would you do anything if there's no mind?
You
Because
don't do
can't
anything in
think
Nibbana.
anything. You can't do anything.
That's right. You cannot do anything in Nibbana.
But that means it's a bad place. Who would want to do nothing
Those who are wise and see
apart from babies?
is
They
not
don't know how to do anything.
doing is not leading to anything permanent.
People with no
That
thought.
you, everything that you do, that will be impermanent. The problem is that you never do. Actually, Edward, you think that you are doing, but actually you're not. It is the mind and the body that do what is dictated, what is already decided by the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. But Edward, for you, it is not possible to see that you do not have a power because you are already used to, you already have the habit of being a puppet. Do you know what's a puppet, Edward?
Yes, Venerable Sir.
Yes. Edward, you're a puppet. We all here are puppets. Everybody who is doing something, they're doing it because their eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind decided that, not because they decided it. Now, this is very hard to see. For that, it's necessary to meditate. As you meditate, you realize that you are not in control, that you are a puppet, and that you just do what the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind decide. When you realize that, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be a puppet. And that's when you want to achieve Nibbana, which is free from doing anything. Now, this, of course, cannot be clear. So even if I ask you, is it clear, and you say yes, it will not help anything because it cannot be clear. And if it is clear for you, then it is not really clear. It is a delusion. It needs to be clear through meditation. So, Edward, I suggest to you that you dedicate yourself to studying the Buddha's teachings and meditation so that you see the truth that we are all puppets and that we need to liberate ourselves from this arising, passing mind and the body.
Well, thank you, Venerable Sir.
Very nice. Any other question? Anything anyone would like to know? Now, Edward asked me about very deep thing. Even adults who are knowledgeable and experienced do not understand it. So you cannot expect that Edward will understand it. But I wish Edward that he finds time and opportunity to study the Buddha's teachings and to practice it, and that he finally understands. There is no deeper understanding than the understanding of what I've just said, that we are all puppets and that we have to get free from doing. Now, until you realize that you're a puppet, you will need to do. You need to be kind. You need to be generous. You need to study at school. You need to help your parents and friends and your siblings and your family. You need to listen to the teacher. You need to do your homeworks. You need to train in various sports and musical instruments and whatever else that your parents assign to you. You need to do your cleaning at home. You need to do your eating and sleeping. You need to do your cleaning at in the bathroom, in the shower. You need to take care of many things. But as you gradually practice, you will realize that there is another world where you can get free from being a puppet. And you will realize that you are a puppet. Now, as all of us are puppets in this world, it is a little bit difficult to realize it because it is nothing special anymore. Everyone is a puppet, so it's not special to be a puppet. Everybody breathes, so it's not really special that someone breathes. Okay? Everybody can see, so it's not really special that you can see because everybody can. But if you study more, if you watch more what's going on in the world, you will see that it is special. And not only that it is special, but it is dangerous. This being a puppet is dangerous. Why is it dangerous? Well, the puppeteer can do, you know what he can do? He can take care of his puppet and nicely clean the puppet and nicely put it in the shelf and nicely play with it in the puppet theater. But a puppeteer can also tear the puppet and destroy the puppet and burn the puppet. When you realize that you're a puppet, you will not desire to be a puppet anymore. In our life, sometimes we are happy and we are successful and we are rich and we live long and our wishes are fulfilled and everybody loves us. That's like when the puppeteer nicely cleans his puppet and gently places it in the shelf and gently plays with it in the theater. But sometimes in our life, it's not like that. Sometimes in our life, we suffer pain. People are angry with us. They cause us suffering. We are poor. We don't have what we want. We get old and we get ill. And we experience so much troubles. And we die. So that's like when the puppeteer tears the puppet, burns the puppet, throws the puppet into an unpleasant place. So life is like that. The puppeteer. Who's that puppeteer? Eye, ear, nose, body. Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and the mind. You have 6 puppeteers. They are entirely in power of everything you experience. You have no power. But as you gradually learn and study, you gain more and more power, and then you can get free from these 6. Yes, May? Tell me, what is it? I'm listening, May. May, I'm listening. Mapiti.
Where is
Yes, I'm listening. May.
is Napata a world?
You are asking me where is Nibbana?
Nibbana.
Nibbana.
Is Nibbana a world
Nibbana is outside.
that is free?
It is outside the world.
Is Nibbana a world that is free from living?
Nibbana is not in a world. Nibbana itself is a world, and it's different from this one. And there is no body,
Is Nibbana
mind.
all free from living?
That depends on what is living. But if living means being born, getting old, getting ill, and dying, well then yes, Nibbana is free from being born, getting old, getting ill, and dying.
Where is Nibbana?
Nibbana is waiting for you. Hard to tell. It's hard to show where is Nibbana because Nibbana doesn't have a space. Nibbana is beyond place. It's beyond space. So it's hard to tell where is Nibbana. But anyone can achieve Nibbana right here, right now. It's waiting for you.
Where is Nibbana? In space or something?
It's beyond that. Space is too coarse. Nibbana is subtle. Okay? Now you're again asking me a very difficult question that you can understand only after you meditate for a long time and you're successful in your meditation. Then you can see yourself. Where is Nibbana? Okay? Pshu, I'm listening. Pshu, how old are you?
12.
You're 12. You're not eligible for this class. You need to follow our teens class.
Oh, I'm almost 12.
You're almost 12. Okay, then you're eligible.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So, Pshu,
So,
what can I do for you?
is life meaningless?
No, life is very meaningful. Life is very important and very powerful. But there is something more meaningful and more powerful. So we are making use of the meaning in the life. That means the meaning that we give it. We are those who give the life meaning. And you can decide, will you give life meaning that is of low quality? That the meaning of life is that everybody needs to give you what you want and that you don't need to do anything at all, that you just want to lie in the bed, watch movies and die? Is that the meaning you want to give the life? You can.
No.
Then it has that meaning. But you can give life a better meaning. You can give the life meaning that you want to make everyone happy and yourself too. Well, that also is a meaning. You are entirely in power to decide what is the meaning of your life. And in Buddhism, we give life the meaning that we will ourselves achieve happiness and that we will do our best to help others to achieve happiness. That's the meaning that we give to life in Buddhism. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Diana?
You said that we come born in Nibbana. So how can people exist from Nibbana?
Yes, people do not exist in Nibbana. If you mean by existence as birth, old age, illness, and death, well then in Nibbana there is no birth, old age, illness, and death.
Thank you, Venerable Sir.
Very well. Okay, so I think we can move on to our recitation and then I will assign to you homeworks. Those of you who want to go to sleep, you can. Those who are in the US. No, actually, yes. If you live in New York or you live in Florida or Jamaica, you probably want to go to sleep now. I am in the USA right now. You can see a little bit of US from the car where I am now, but not that easy. There is not much of US because I have arrived to some place. I don't know where I have come. So I'm now in the USA. I'm now in Los Angeles in LA. But my time is still pretty different from those who live in New York or Florida. So I have here about 7 p.m., 7:12 p.m., but those who live in Florida have already beyond, they might have even beyond 10 p.m., right? So that's quite late. So whoever wants to go to sleep, and we continue with those who remain. Lucas, what can I do for you? Nothing. So let's move on to our recitation. So we'll be reciting what we recited before, and we will probably move on to the first precept. Okay, so I will show you the text. I have a little problem with battery, so hopefully we can do this thing. All right, so I would like to ask everybody to unmute, and I would like to ask the organizers to be careful if somebody is making noise to take them into breakout room. So everybody please unmute. Queen Anne and Chelsea and who else? Huang Tuan Min. You need to unmute. And I need to get permission to share screen. How can I teach you without permission to share screen? Nice.
Yes, Andre, already dibantu.
Okay, so I would like to ask everyone to keep your hands together, and you will not be saying anything yet. Just keep your hands together and do not say anything at all. Make sure that you're unmuted. Keep your hands together and don't say anything. Okay. Make sure that you keep your hands together. Everybody needs to keep your hands together, and I need to see them in the video. All right? So, Von Yaphui, I don't see your hands. Nguyen Du Bao. Nguyen Du Bao. I don't, yes, now I can see. I cannot see your hands. Maple Tien Min, I cannot see your hands. Tien Min, are you here with us? Tien Min, are you here with us? You're doing something, you need to keep your hands together and unmute. Make sure you're unmuted. Tien Min. Nice. Make sure you have your hands together. And now you will be repeating after me. We will be saying, I bow to him. No, don't say anything yet. I bow to him who is free from all suffering, free from all greed, hatred, ignorance, and the one who has understood the world and the way out of the world. Okay? So you can repeat after me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Very well. So now you paid respect to the Buddha, and now we are moving on to taking the 3 refuges. All right? So now I'm talking to you, so you're not talking anything because I'm still talking to you. So I'm saying you will be taking the 3 refuges. You will be reminding yourself that the Buddha's teaching is Dhamma.
1 hour.
Well, the organizers can now mute everybody, right?
Precious question.
The organizers can now mute everybody. I'm waiting for that. Give enough time.
cho mấy bạn đặt câu hỏi. Con nghĩ gì? Câu hỏi.
Question is following.
So, Tutam, can you hear me?
Yes, Bante.
So, when I said that organizers can mute everybody, why did nothing happen?
Can you please unmute Bante? I mute all because it's
So,
very
yes,
noisy.
when I say that organizers can mute everybody, they need to mute within 5 seconds. Okay? So, it seems not successful. So when you see that somebody unmuted again, then you need to mute them separately. Okay, you cannot just mute everybody and then not care at all. Not at all. It doesn't work like that. So you have now paid respect to the Buddha by saying, yes, thank you for reminding me that I need to disable annotations and I need to erase things. Let me see. Okay, good. So now you have paid respect to the Buddha. So because you paid respect to the Buddha, you are now ready to remind yourself that the Buddha's teachings, so-called Dhamma, the community of monks, so-called Sangha, that they are the source of your peace. They are the source of your wisdom. All right? Not only that they show you the path towards Nibbana, but they also show you the path to be happy this life, how to be successful and rich and loved and happy. And also the next life, if you don't go to Nibbana and you are born again as a human or as a god, how will you do it? To be rich and happy and having long life and people loving you. How are you going to do that? The Buddha's teachings Dhamma and the community of monks Sangha are ready to help you with that. So this is why you are reciting these 3 refuges, because they're the sources of your wisdom and of the path to your success and happiness. So now we will be reciting that. Be very careful. You need to recite exactly as I am. Okay? So if I say Buddhang, you cannot say Buddhang because that's something else. What's the difference? Because I said the sound. Sound must be there. Buddhang. Can you hear it? Must be there. If you say Buddhang, it's wrong. Sorry. Buddhang. All right? If I say Gacchami and you say Gacchami, well, then that's wrong. You need to say Gacchami. Why? Because the h sound must be there. All right? So be careful about the h sound. Also, if I say Buddhang, you cannot say Buddhang. Why? Because I said Buddhang, not Buddhang. What's the difference? Because the is longer. I say Bud, not Bud. It's different. My d is longer. Buddhang. All right? That's different from Buddhang. Why? Because the is longer. So you need to be careful about that. If I say Gacchami, you cannot say Gacchami. Why? Well, because I said Gacchami and I did not say Gacchami. What's the difference? Well, because my ch is longer. Your ch is too short. You need to have it long. Gacchami. Okay? So be very careful about my pronunciation so that you have it perfectly as I'm saying it. All right? Nice. So now everybody unmute yourself. Keep your hands together at the chest and don't say anything yet. So I'm waiting for Tianmin. Tianmin, what are you doing? We have a class. Tianmin, be nicely with our class. Unmute and keep your hands together. Luong Nguyen, you need to unmute and keep your hands together. Luong Nguyen, you need to unmute. I don't see you're unmuted. You need to unmute. I'm waiting for you. Luong Nguyen, I'm waiting until you unmute. What's going on? Luong Nguyen, do you know how to unmute yourself? I cannot hear you, Luong Nguyen. Can you unmute yourself? Luong Nguyen, I'm waiting for you. Can you unmute yourself? When this happens, organizers should not be waiting. You know, this is not a time when organizers are just watching and enjoying. You need to take the person into the breakout room, all right, and teach them how to unmute. Because Luong Nguyen doesn't know how to unmute, or he has some other problem, and I don't know about it. So you need to be fast. Tien Min, we have a class. Please unmute yourself. Okay, everybody, make sure that you keep your hands together. We are going to do something. So you can repeat after me. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Well done. Now we will do the same thing but for the second time. So we say the word dutiyampi, which means for the second time. So let's continue. Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Now that's pretty good. So that was the second time. Now we are moving on to the third time. Third time we say Tatiyampi. So let's do that together. Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Very well. I think that's pretty enough for today. We've done so much things. So now let's move to our homework, and I will let you go. So please wait for me.
Please unmute it.
Very well. Well done. So now I will assign to you homework, and that's all what we'll be doing today. Edward, if it's possible for you to wait until next week, please wait until next week so that I can provide you with a better answer and better support. Okay, we need to finish. All right, so I need to assign the homework, and I need to release the students. So let's get it done real quick. So, what was Tutam? Can you tell me what was the homework for the last homework that the students got?
Devante stop at the little creatures.
Little critters. Okay, good. So let me find them. Little critters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so did they have water ripples? Not yet, right?
Not yet, Devante.
Excuse me?
Not yet, Devante.
Not yet. So everybody, nicely read water ripples. You have there a beautiful picture. Not sure if that's a good idea for you to do water ripples yet, but important is for you to read the text and select a nice sentence that you find there into your notes. And then we have shadow tracing, all right? Shadow tracing is very nice. So water ripples and shadow tracing, reading and writing your favorite sentence, just one sentence for both all together, all right? So you read 2 chapters, but you write only one sentence. You can decide, will you write one sentence from water ripples, or will you write one sentence from shadow tracing? I leave it to you, okay? Decide whatever you want. You can leave a sentence. If you want to follow anything that you read in the book, first ask your parents for permission, okay? Because some of the things may not be suitable for your place where you are, all right? So you first need to get permission from your parents. One more thing I would like to know, now we don't have many students anymore, but I would like to ask you before we go our question. I didn't ask you my question because I asked you some other question, which was very important. But now I will ask you the other one that's important. And I'm really running out of battery. So let's see if we can do that. Edward, I really cannot answer to you, but you can ask me in Viber and I will answer to you privately. Okay, Edward?
No, I'm in Jamaica. No, I'm in Jamaica. That's why I'm asking. So after the questions, can I leave? Because I'm in Jamaica.
Excuse me?
I'm in Jamaica right now.
You need to.
I live in Jamaica.
I know that you live in Jamaica. Yes.
You said for the Jamaica ones to leave, so after you ask the questions, can I leave?
If you're in Jamaica, you can leave anytime after 1 hour of the class. So you do not need to ask me or tell me or anything of that. You already have the permission. So the only thing you have to do is just to press the button. What's the button? Leave. And then you leave. Okay? That's all you need to do. Nice. So now I would like to ask the organizers to ask the question, how many days out of the last 7 days did you meditate? This is the last 7 days, all right? So everybody come nicely close to your camera, answer as soon as possible. The sooner you have it answered, the sooner we can finish. So we are waiting all for you. Still many more need to vote, so please do not delay, come quickly and vote. Tell us the true answer, what really happened. So I'm waiting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's what we get. So we are pretty good. I'm happy because we have most of you indeed meditating at least 5 days a week. Try to meditate every day. If you want the true benefit of meditation, you will have to meditate every day. All right? So it's very powerful to meditate 5 days a week. That's really good. But if you want the true benefit, the entire complete benefit of your meditating, you will need to meditate every day. All right? That's important. Somebody had a last question that I need to address. Last question, last thing to say. What is it? No. Very well. Okay, Lucas, what can I do for you?
Just to tell you, my parents are planning to meet you.
Okay,
In real
looking forward
person.
to meeting them. Yes, where do you live?
Me? Los Angeles?
You live in Los Angeles, well, then probably we will meet today or maybe tomorrow. Nice. Thank you, everyone. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Bante. Can you please everyone unmute?
Goodbye, Venerable Sir. Goodbye, Venerable Sir.
Goodbye, Venerable
Goodbye, Venerable Sir.
Sir.
Bye, Venerable Sir.
Venerable Sir.